If you're watching this, you might be like me. You are the one holding the phone, making all the appointments, and you are feeling the chronic pain of the busyness, being pulled in many different directions. You are the filling in this sandwich generation. It doesn't feel like a choice. It feels more like a trap. Hi, I'm Joyce Lee, the PhD grandma. Every time I visit my mother in her nursing home, I would pass by this elderly resident in her wheelchair, and she cries out faintly, "Help! Take me home." Well, my mother asked the same question. To her, home is a memory. I realized that cry lives within each of us. We all want to go home to ourselves, to our mission fields, and to pursue the life that we find meaning. But many times we felt stuck in the middle. For me, home is a 4,400 kilometers tug-of-war. I moved to Squamish to follow my life mission, while my husband, my other children, 4 grandchildren, and my 95-year-old mother are in Toronto. Today, I'm sharing the 6 life lessons that this nursing home taught me. Whether or not you are a caregiver, these lessons help us reflect on our human conditions, especially living in this Western world. We have to make a lot of trade-offs. Lesson number 1, your agency is a gift with an expiration date. Since my dad passed away 30 years ago, my mom has been living independently. My mom especially enjoyed her life living in this little 1-bedroom condo apartment. That was before she moved into this nursing home. The hard truth is, this probably is her last home. Being a doer myself, I am also torn between caregiving and living my own life. I am in constant tug-of-war between my Squamish and Toronto homes. The plaque at the entrance of my mom's nursing home says, "Home is where love resides, memories are created, friends belong, and laughter never ends." Most of the residents in this home do not want to be there, my mom included. We often wait for the perfect time to do things that are important to us. During my counseling years, many clients sitting in front of me, especially mothers, they were telling me how they felt guilty about taking the walk, and they never go to the gym, they never do the exercise that they need to upkeep their self-care, or they want to pursue a hobby, but their parents need them and their children need them. How long do you put those things off? Remember this, agency, that is the power to choose, doesn't last forever. I walk these trails today because I can. I sincerely hope that you will take those walks, read those books, or study an interest course to honor your independence while you still can. Seeing Mom losing her home made me realize how important it is for me to pursue my life mission now, while I still have the energy, the vitality, and the mobility to do so. Second lesson, presence is more important than proximity. It is understandable how we always feel guilty when we cannot be with our loved ones, especially when they are not able to live independently. I know many of you are out of town from your folks. Do you feel like a bad daughter or a bad son when you cannot show up every Tuesday? I want you to hear this. Presence is more powerful than proximity. You can be in the same room, but be miles away. You all know what I mean. How many times we went to visit someone, only to find out that we are on our phone constantly replying to work emails. Stop counting the hours and start making the minutes count. I want to encourage you to pay a visit as often as you feasibly can. Arrive with intention and let go of the guilt of distance. Treasure the moment while you are together. Stop counting the hours and start making the minutes count. I want to encourage you to pay that visit as often as you feasibly can. Arrive with intention and let go of the guilt of distance. Treasure the moments while you're together. You can be playing a game together or just sitting there watching TV together. The third lesson is about gratitude. I'm so grateful for our progress in tools and technology. This took me back many years ago. I may be 10 years old, sitting in this dim living room with my mom, with this little kitchen table, and I saw that she has been crying. She was wiping tears from her eyes, and she is holding a piece of letter. Apparently, through the mail, someone told my mom that her mother died of a prolonged illness. And later, my mom told me that her mother always struggled with a bad lung. Probably she died of some respiratory illness. Well, Mom never made the trip to visit her mother through all this, because at that time in the 1960s, traveling costs is insurmountably expensive. Of course, she couldn't afford the trip, but more than that, she has the 5 little children that she needs to take care of. She wouldn't be able to go. In fact, none of the children, were fortunate enough to meet any of our grandparents, both sets. Even though we are a century apart, but the patterns of migration and the inheritance of distance feel similar. To her, the distance was a silent, painful wall. Here is where I choose gratefulness over guilt. I am so grateful that we live in a time when that wall can be torn down by our technology and tools. I am also grateful that I work in an industry where I can do some remote work. We don't have to wait for a letter to arrive to understand what's going on. We can talk to anyone in the world through FaceTime. And I can do that with my mom as well. And going back home is only a few hours away, if need be. We have tools that are available today that my mother's generation never could have dreamed of. I treasure our moments together because it's precious. It involves some conscious, deliberate trade-offs. If you are feeling the weight of distance today, I invite you to shift into gratitude. Leverage the tools we have. Make that call, take that trip. Don't focus on the miles. Focus on the fact that we are fortunate to have the power to bridge the distance. Lesson 4. You are the steward of the middle filling, so make it flavorful. That emotional inheritance of distance used to feel like a burden. But I've learned that distance is actually what helped me see things clearly. If I were there every day, I would probably be drowned by the beautiful chaos of family life. And there is the family gatherings, hustle and bustle with babysitting. Yes, we have a lot of laughters, and we will go to places and play balls and watch games, cleaning the house, and doing all the chores that comes with it. But by stepping back to Squamish in simple living, I gained the perspective needed to be the whole person my family actually needs. Alone time is precious. This is when I do my best creative work. Being squeezed is only one perspective. But what if you saw yourself as a steward of making great things happen rather than a victim. You, being in the middle, are the only one who can see the sunset of one generation and the sunrise of the next. That doesn't make you trapped. That makes you the most important person in the room. You are the bridge. You bring the flavor, and you fill in the meaning. Lesson 5. Simplicity is the secret sauce of all this. Realizing that staying in Toronto out of duty will eventually lead me to resentment, and that is opposite to a flourishing life. I am choosing the guilt of distance over the regret of a life not lived. Recognizing that I have the tools to bridge this distance changed everything for me. It transformed my travel from a burden of duty to a deliberate choice. But having the tools to be there doesn't mean I should be there all the time. In fact, I find that the closer I am to the busyness of family life, the easier it is to lose the very meaning I'm trying to preserve. When I'm in Toronto, the days are full, with babysitting, family gatherings, and the daily rhythms of the nursing home. It is a beautiful kind of chaos, but it is also a distraction. In Squamish, I have the stunning silence to focus on my mission. That is to help others live flourishing life and find rich meaning through simplicity. Lesson number 6. You and I are modeling the future of aging. We are very important agents. By staying professionally sharp and spiritually engaged in Squamish, I hope to show my grandchildren that the final act of life isn't just about waiting or declining. It is about causing ripples that matter. Your children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews are watching you. They're watching you and imagine how their aging may look like. They are learning how they will age by watching you how to handle the middle ground. If you show them that life can be a mission even when it is hard, you are showing them the greatest gift of all. That is, the courage to live a life of purpose. I know the tug-of-war over distance is exhausting. I feel it every time I board on a plane. But we're not just surviving in the middle. We are making the meal of life rich and meaningful. We are the bridge. We are the filling. And our mission matters. Which part of the sandwich feels the heaviest for you? I would love to hear about the trade-offs you make in order to pursue your life purpose. Drop it in the comments below. Until next time, make the call, pay the visit, and connect with someone you love. I am the PhD Grandma. Don't forget to subscribe and join me on this journey to live a life of simplicity and flourishing.